On BeeTv Major News at 6, coming to you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, Nigeria. And now the news headlines. The All Progressive Congress in Edo State received a significant boost as 4 members of the Edo State House of Assembly dumps PDP and Labour Party.
And I congratulate you. A fantastic man.
At this particular time, when we need to develop our state, what it means for this government, for our party, and for Edo State is that the developmental stride of our governor will be made easier with this caliber of people that have joined us today.
Former Board of Trustees members of PDP and now chieftain of APC, Mr. Charles Idahosa, commends Governor Okwebolo on decisive steps to deal with criminality.
He's well focused, he knows what he's doing, and at the end of the day, he will deliver. I saw the chairman of PDP, Ajegbemi. I saw his deputy, Omagbon, sitting by him, and they opened their mouth to say Edo is now headquarters of kidnappers.
Food traders reveal reduction in the cost of some major foodstuffs.
The cost of rice now, some Nigerian rice now is about 75,000, 77,000.
Like the price now, it don't go down, not be like it before, as we tell the selling it now. So price of Oloka, 165.
Also on the headline, motorists appeal for urgent repairs of Uselu-Ugbowo Lagos Road service lane.
And if the government can help us, maybe if they can break this gutter so that the water they can channel the gutter to the other side.
A very good evening and thank you so much for joining us tonight on BeeTv Major News at 6. Coming to you live from Benin City, the Edo State capital, Nigeria. I am Gift Uwagboy. And now to the news in details. The All Progressive Congress, APC, in Edo State on Wednesday received a significant boost to the defection of 4 members of the Edo State House of Assembly from opposition parties into the APC. 3 members from the People's Democratic Party and 1 member from the Labour Party. BeeTv News Osaroge Agwebo reports that the 4 defected lawmakers who were received by the APC State Chairman, Emperor Janet Tenebe, and other leaders at the APC Secretariat on Ikpokman Road cited the crisis rocking their former parties as a major reason for their defection, and also to align with Governor Monday Okwebolo's vision for a rising Edo State. BeeTv News Best Storyteller completes the report.
And I congratulate you. A fantastic man.
That was the presentation of the broom, the symbol of the All Progressives Congress, APC, by the state chairman of the party, Emperor Jared Tenebe, to officially welcome the 3 defected members from the People's Democratic Party, who are Honorable Donato Kogbe, member representing Akoko Edo Constituency 2, Honorable Bright Iyamo, member representing Oriomo South Constituency, and Honorable Sonny Ojezele, member representing Eastern South East Constituency, as well as a lawmaker under the umbrella of the Labour Party, Honorable Richard Edosa, representing Oedo West Constituency, into the fold of the APC. Receiving the defectors, the state chairman of the All Progressives Congress, Emperor Jared Tenebe, said the defection of the lawmakers from the PDP and Labour Party into the APC is significant boost to the party, noting that it demonstrates their confidence in the APC-led administration and as well to endorse Governor Monday Okwebolo's developmental initiatives. Emperor Jared Tenebe added that the experiences of the 4 lawmakers will play a vital role in taking the state forward.
But I can tell you that we are happy and overwhelmed with the caliber of the men, seasoned honorable members that have decided to cross carpet today. In the House, we don't say people decamp, honorable members decamp. We only cross carpet. There are reasons that will make them to cross carpet. We are very happy to receive them today. And we know as they are come to us today and receiving them as our members, they are not just new anymore because they've been working together in the house even before the elections. And thank you. And also make a promise that you are not new to us. Everything that you are entitled to, that our old members enjoy, is the same thing that people will enjoy.
On his part, the member representing Oedo West constituency, Honorable Richard Edosa, who spoke on behalf of the other defectors, said they were delighted to join forces with the APC, stating that the various crises rocking the People's Democratic Party and the Labour Party prompted the decision to join the APC, and also the desire to align with Governor Monday Okpebelo's vision for a new Edo state.
We need to also let the world know that there are various political parties. There are divisions from the national to the states. The party that gave all of us platform to win the election, unfortunately, has also given us platform to lead. Because a house divided against itself will never stand. We believe in a new and a rising Edo state. We believe in the vision of distinguished Senator Monday Okpebelo.
On his part, the minority leader of Edo State House of Assembly, Honorable Eric Okaka, who also spoke on behalf of the APC lawmakers, expressed delight that the APC now holds a majority in the House.
The chairman of our great party, the man who has led us to victory, we appreciate you so. We enter this place as a minority, but today we'll be living here as a majority.
Some of the leaders who joined the APC chairman, Emperor Jared Tinebe, to receive the defectors into the APC are the State Secretary, Engineer Lawrence Oka, the woman leader, Mrs. Betty Okwebo, another APC woman leader, Haija Memuna Momodu, members of the APC State Working Committees, and other members of the Edo State House of Assembly, amongst others. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
A chieftain of the All Progressive Congress, APC, from Umude local government area of Edo State, Honorable Charles Idahosa, has commended Governor Monday Okpebelo for the decisive steps he has taken so far to bring criminality to an end in Edo State. Idahosa was speaking to journalists at his residence in Benin City while x-raying the performance of Okpebelo and false alarm raised by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, on how unsafe Edo State has been since the present administration assumed office. BeeTv News senior reporter, Best Orator, completes the report.
The chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, Mr. Charles Idahosa, commended the governor for his developmental strides in the last few months in office, especially the action taken in destroying houses linked to kidnapping elements in the state. He frowned at the PDP Caretaker Committee Chairman, Dr. Tony Azingbemi, and his deputy, Harrison Omagbo, for feeding the unsuspecting public with wrong and fake information that Edo State is the headquarters of kidnappers. He drew the attention of Azingbemi and Omagbo to when both of them were kidnapped during the Obasaki's-led administration in the state and still scored the state governor high. According to Idahosa, Senator Monday Okpebelo as a governor has done so well for Edo people and have surprised everyone as a working governor. Charles Idahosa said he has made governors in the state, and when they are coming on board, they beg to win election, but after winning, they become something else, and Obasaki is one of such. He said Obasaki was also in his house to beg, but he turned around and messed up, and today he is an alleged fugitive. He noted that looking at the pace that the governor has taken, a lot of people will know that Okpebelo is a man that has a vision and knows what he wants to do and is doing it well and will deliver at the end of the day.
He's well focused, he knows what he's doing, and at the end of the day, he will deliver. I was watching the television yesterday. It was a huge joke to me. If you are in opposition, it does not mean that you must talk when you don't have anything to say. I saw the chairman of PDP, Aziyegbemi. I saw his deputy, Omagbo, sitting by him and they opened their mouth to say Edo is now headquarters of kidnappers. Just because you want to talk, you don't think before you talk. As Yegbemi left Obaseki's office after a meeting, when he was going home, they kidnapped him on the road. Chairman of PDP under Obaseki, he left a meeting with the governor. On his way home, he was kidnapped. We knew how long they kept him. Benin was not headquartered that time. Then his deputy of Magma, who sat by him, kidnappers came to his house. They met him and said, he said, you are not the one we are looking for. They walked past him, went to the bedroom and carried the wife. The two of them. I said, can these people remember themselves? You say Edo State is now headquarters. When you, chairman of PDP, the ruling party under Obaseki, you were kidnapped.
Mr. Charles also urged those speaking for the opposition party to remain silent if they do not have anything meaningful to say, rather than tell lies to the people of Edo State. It also said Dr. Tony Azingbemi and his deputy Harris Omagbon both said Edo is the headquarters of kidnappers, but they forgot so soon that they were both kidnapped during the Obaseki-led administration, where they played prominent roles. He maintained that Azingbemi during Obaseki's administration left the government house after a meeting with Governor Godwin Obaseki and was kidnapped on his way home, and he spent 10 days in captivity before he regained his freedom, adding that Azingbemi's deputy, Mr. Harris Omagbon, was also kidnapped at his house in a broad daylight, and they have the audacity to say that Okpebholo's administration cannot tackle security when Obaseki's administration allegedly did a lot of damage to Edo people, and that is what Okpebholo is battling now to put the situation under control.
He has settled down, he has looked at what is going on in the state, and he's battling it. So we are very happy, or I'm very happy with him. He has done very well. It's like the two people who sat on national television that have been victims of kidnap in this state when they were in government. They say Edo is now headquarters. When he himself was kidnapped, I remember the quote I said, when you buy a small dog, you bring the dog home. Suddenly in the morning, the dog is now barking at you. You know it's time to be very careful. Small dog where you they feed. And so Obaseki has started, is going to deal with all of us. So from day one, there's no basis, say, compare the first 5 months or this thing. You can see it for yourself now. We are talking about practical. We know what is happening. We know things that are happening. I'm even happy now that the publicity is coming up. A lot of things have been happening since Akpakomiza came, and nobody is talking about it. He doesn't even talk about it. Do I need any person to tell me what is happening in Kobahi? We are going to see the first flyover in Benin. For those Edo people that have not been to Lagos, they've never seen a sidewalk in their life until Oshomole came. And then we see a situation, you people just talk. If a man does renovation, is that what we should be clapping for? Secretariat that Ogbemudia built in 1968, you come and renovate it and put paint. Ogbe Stadium, somebody is doing renovation everywhere. You say, just show me one road that is a thick forest, that the brought caterpillar in Obaseki open it, and let me show you road that Akpakomiza has done. New roads that have been opened up. I saw it on TV.
On the issue of Edo State Governorship Election Petitions Tribunal holding in Abuja, Mr. Charles Dahusa said he's predicting victory for the APC as PDP could not present their case or prove it as expected. Best Orator reporting for BeeTv News.
Motorists and residents along the Uselu-Lagos Road have passionately appealed to the Edo State government to urgently find a lasting solution to the deplorable condition of the service lane. BeeTv News Osarogi Agobo reports that the residents made the appeal as the road's condition continues to deteriorate with the onset of the rainy season. The report.
The service lane, which runs parallel to the Benin Uselu-Lagos Road, then constructed by Governor Adams Oshomole to provide access to several residential and commercial properties in the area, as well to facilitate safe drop-off and pick-up of passengers, has deteriorated significantly as the field portion of the road stretching from Tomline Building down to Idaike Town has been in a deplorable condition for years and has become increasingly difficult for residents and motorists to use. particularly with the onset of the rainy season. Speaking with BeeTv News crew, motorists and residents expressed their frustration over the deplorable condition of the road, stating that the feed portion of the road has been in disrepair for a long time. Despite temporary fixes by the successive governments, they appeal to the Edo State governor to intervene and find a lasting solution to the problem.
And if the government can help us, maybe if they can break this gutter so that the water they can channel the gutter to the other side. Because most of all with the transport is affecting us. It's affecting our engine and the component of these buses. You can see the way I maneuver myself to enter and to drive out now. That's one of the consequences. So if the government can help us to put more maybe big stones or to break this gutter, to channel the water into the streets so that the water can flow. And most of the houses are built upon the drainage where the water is supposed to flow, especially this street and the other street there. So if you can help us to channel the water through the gutters and all, dualize all this road so that at least you can have the free movement on this road.
If we are to drop at the main road, at the main service, then we'll be disturbing us. That is why government should do something for the down lane, because the down lane is the one that we are using as a town service.
Now to do drillage so that water go feed the escape the enter that place. Because now water they mostly they spoil.
Let government come and help us because the road is very bad. We cannot even pass. We cannot even go out and buy something now because of the erosion. Children are going to school now. That gutter is very risky. If they want to cross now, if they cannot even look at gutter, they will fall inside that gutter. So they should come and help us. So we are suffering. If there is drillage, I believe this road will be okay. We need drillage. There's no any other thing more than drillage.
It is expected that the government will take immediate action to repair the service lane and ensure the safety and convenience of motorists and residents in the area. Usarugi Agwebo reporting for BeeTv News.
Survey shows that the cost of some foodstuff in the market have reduced by over 10% and are now more affordable than they were in the previous year. Market traders on Wednesday give details of the current cost of foodstuff in the market and the improvement the market has experienced while speaking with BeeTv News' Glorious Isiramin. The report.
Foodstuffs like rice, beans, onions, tomatoes, and cooking oils have experienced a reduction from the initial high cost, making it easier for many to purchase them. They stated that the cost of rice has been reduced from what it was sold at over 100,000 naira as of last year to the new price of about 70,000 naira per bag. However, this also depends on the product.
Rice, the price really dropped. The cost of rice now, some Nigerian rice now is about 75,000, 77,000, but 85. But inside last year, when I stopped market, wild rice was about 140,000. But now, we thank God, the wild rice now is 95,000. You can purchase it. So of last year, the price was very 110,000, 120, 140 for one bag of rice. So many people were running.
Rice is now cheaper, and it's not like before. The oil still remain the same. Like the Komuna still remain 11,000, 11 something. The small Komuna still remain 6,000. But the Kings is now 18,000 something, apart from 20 something thousand before.
Traders reviewed that a rubber of beans is now within the range of 3,200 naira to 4,000 naira, depending on the type. This is due to the reduction in the cost of a bag of beans. Onions has also experienced a reduction as a basket which initially sold at 16,000 naira has reduced to about 5,000 naira in the market.
Like the price now, it don't go down, not be like it before, as we tell the selling it now. So price of Oloka, 165 we tell the same. So now so brand busy B7 Abuja bis E7 now so we tell the same. That can white one 120 before almost 200,000 we tell the same. 2 something we tell the same. 70 we tell the same. Now we don't go down, it remove almost 100,000 for the price. Rubber 4,000 a day. They get the one with they say 4,000, they get the one with they say 4,200, they get the one with they say 3,000. You understand me? Like that white one with the seller 3,200, 3,000.
Last year, December figures, onions very cost. As now, we thank God. Now, it's cheap now. Now, they are selling back now. It's around 8,000 now, by now. This basket, what you see now. Now, 5,000. Before, we say basket 15,000, 17.
Although there are yet other foodstuffs that are still unstable in price, like the tomatoes, traders add their hopes and expectations that things will get better someday.
The prices of things are actually gone down, but the tomatoes still remains the same. It has not affected it in any way. The only price that came down is beans, rice, spaghettis and all that. But the tin tomatoes is still the way it is, because the sachet tomatoes still sells at 8,085.
I think last week we bought a basket at the rate of 20, 23, 25. But since on Monday, the price have gone up again. The price is 33,000 now. Dry ones, 43,000, 45,000. The broken one, you can see that one at the rate of 30,000, 33, 29. And this one, we are selling this one at 5,000 naira. But before we used to sell 3,500, 4,000, but now it's 5,000.
The affordability of foodstuffs in the market serve as a huge encouragement to Nigerians. Glorious Isiramen reporting for BeeTv News.
In Rivers State, where interesting and worrisome event played out today as Governor Siminalayi Fubara was denied access to the State House of Assembly when he arrived to present the 2025 Appropriation Bill. Security personnel manning the House of Assembly quarters locked the gates of the premises, preventing the governor's convoy from gaining entrance after a brief standoff at the gate. The governor and other government officials departed from the government house while addressing the press outside the assembly quarters. Governor Fubara said he was there to present the budget and compliance with the Supreme Court judgment. He expressed disappointment at being locked out despite making several attempts to reach the lawmakers.
To the Honorable Speaker for this particular invitation. But it's unfortunate that at the gates, you can see that the place is completely sealed and there is no sign that anything is going to happen today. The reason why we're doing this, I've always said it, is the interests of our people, which is the most important thing. Well, I don't think there's anything to worry about. Maybe they are working on their letter. I expect to hear from them maybe after this hour.
The need for people with glaucoma to get quick medical assistance have been emphasized at the commemoration of World Glaucoma Day. In an exclusive interview with BeeTv News, Dr. Caroline Bakare, an ophthalmologist and consultant at the Edo State Specialty Hospital, explained that glaucoma can lead to blindness, which cannot be reversed. The report.
Glaucoma is a disease that involves eye pressure increase that can lead to permanent vision loss and blindness. This condition can happen for many reasons, but most are treatable. Knowing the risk factors that getting regular eye examinations may help people avoid vision loss, March 12 is slated globally for World Glaucoma Day, a day set aside to learn more about the visual impaired disease through sensitization. In an exclusive interview with BeeTv News, Dr. Caroline Bakare, an ophthalmologist and a consultant at the Edo State Specialist Hospital, explained that glaucoma is a group of disease that affects the eyes, but with early detection and treatment, total blindness can be prevented.
What is special about glaucoma? Glaucoma is a group of eye diseases in which there is a damage to the optic nerve, and after some time, if not taken care of, can lead to blindness. The problem is that most of the patients do not even know that they have glaucoma. The disease is going on, the damage is going on. By the time the patient presents, it might be too late. The reason it is being referred to as the silent thief of sight. Now, blindness from glaucoma is irreversible, but blindness from glaucoma can be treated by prompt diagnosis and effective treatment. I give you some statistics. Right here in Nigeria, 8 out of every 100 Nigerians has glaucoma and is not aware. 5 out of 10 will present with blindness in one eye. 2 out of 10 will present in blindness in both eyes. So the question is, why wait till it happens? Everyone should go for testing, because the glaucoma could happen to anybody. even though we have some risk factors like age, from the age of 40, that we are black, Africans, is a risk factor. Those with systemic diseases like hypertension, diabetes, migraine headache. Those with refractive errors like myopia, which we call short-sightedness or long-sightedness. And then some people, it runs in their families.
However, persons with this visual impaired disease are advised to seek quick medical care to avoid losing their eyesight. Freeman Usawi reporting for BeeTv News.
In Osun State, the allegations of money laundering and financial misappropriation against former governor of Osun State and Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, former Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftain Affairs in the state, says the claims are untrue and baseless. BeeTv News' Glorious Isirame has the details.
Few weeks ago, the State Commissioner for Information and Public Enlightenment, Kolapo Alimi, addressed journalists presenting documents that alleged former governor did not follow due process in the spending of $20 million World Bank grant in 2018. He also alleged some officials of the past administration of securing healthcare renovation contract in violation of rules. However, a former commissioner for local government and chieftaincy affairs in that administration had dismissed the allegations as baseless.
I presented to you an audited report by the Auditor General of the state. And I proved to you that all the monies that Kolapo Alimi was talking about were used to do projects. And I've come with pictorial evidence of those projects. So please, don't bring us together. This one that we are revealing, I challenge Kolapo Alimi to bring the same to you, to come and say, this is what we did with those money.
Adebayo Adeleke further accused Kolapo Alimi of overseeing the withdrawal of cash amounting to 3.7 billion naira by the Association of Local Government Chairman in 2017.
Jayeola Omaboyede, Alanti was the Agon chairman then. Within one day, he collected 60 million naira cash, all in 10 million, under the leadership of Barrister Kolapo Alimi as a commissioner for local government and chieftaincy matters. On the 28th of December, the same year 2017, another person, a woman, Olokunboye Temilade, this woman collected 70 million in one day. From this record, FCMB accounts, cash.
To tell you with all seriousness, that most of our big job that they are referring to now, we follow the due process, and we even have due process letter for almost every expenditure we have.
They noted that the former governor had strictly pronounced laws in all the projects he executed. Glorious Isiramen reporting for BeeTv News.
Children below the age of 7 years are many times seen on the streets without supervision, particularly when they are going and returning from schools. Some residents stated their disappointment on the issue and listed dangers that could most likely result from allowing underage children to care from the self. BeeTv News' Glorious Isirame has the report.
The parents need to be serious and do something about it. They should not allow their wards and kids who are below the age of 7 to go to school alone.
Children have been many times seen individually or in groups along the roads in the environment, moving to various places without necessary guardians. Respondents stated that it is unfair for a parent or guardian to leave children on the main roads to go anywhere without an assigned adult looking after them.
It's not fair because the sense is not really there for them to cross. Maybe they will just look one side, they do not watch the other side, they can just cross. Like me, the time I train my children, from KG1 to primary 5, before you do common entrance, I follow them. In the morning, I follow them down to school. Then in the afternoon, I go again to go and collect them. That is why I do that. So it's not really done that for parents to leave children to cross roads like that is not done.
Under the age of 7 going to school alone, to me, I think it's not fair. It's very dangerous due to the Nigeria security system that we have. We have kidnappers. It's dangerous for them, children under the age of 7, crossing the road and feeding, movement and all. To me, I think it's dangerous. I think the age limit for parents to free their children, to go to school alone, should be the age limit of, at least 15 to 18. At least by then, they will have the sense of a human sense of escaping for all these dangers.
It is when the school is near that you don't cross roads. At least from 7 years, 8 years. If it is nearby, they can go on their own. But once it is to cross road, the best thing, the parents will take children to the school.
A man termed this as nothing but child abuse to leave underage children on their own heading to school. Others highlighted the various dangers which could result from allowing children roam on the streets, such as kidnapping, vehicle accidents caused many times by careless drivers, and some others.
Within the range of 6 to 7 years is child abuse. At least the normalcy of age who are supposed to be allowed to go to school themselves should range from 12 to 15 years of age. So considering the careless driving of our drivers, if I'm not making mistake, 90% of Nigerian drivers does not undergo driving schools. So therefore they lack the proper skills of good piloting of their vehicles or whatever thing they are riding.
Parents should always monitor their children till maybe when they get to like teenager, maybe secondary school. Yes, they can stop monitoring from secondary school. It's not good based on the whole thing happening now. The society is the evil happening in the society now. It's not right to leave your children on the street. Yes.
Some therefore advise that children should always be supervised or taken to school by their parents till they are old enough and more aware of safety precautions, adding that it is okay to allow children from the ages of 12 to 15 years begin moving along the roads on their own.
Your child could be kidnapped, could get involved in an accident if he doesn't know how to cross the road and stuff like that.
Some accident, they can get themselves on accident or bad boys. So, or some kidnappers also. If it's possible, they can be taking the children to the school by themselves and make sure they are very careful with the children.
It's unfair. How will you allow a child that does not know anything, doesn't even know about how somebody can be injured or, give up life or whatever. So no matter what, he has to take care of the child first by taking him or her to the school. Then thereafter, for his or her business.
It is necessary for parents to be more careful and security cautious while caring for their children. Glorious Isiramin reporting for BeeTv News.
As part of efforts to end terrorism, banditry, transnational organized crimes, proliferation of small and light weapons, and increasing political unrest in West Africa, the Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, military chiefs are meeting in Abuja to fine-tune modalities for activating the proposed ECOWAS standby force. The report. It is the second consecutive ordinary meeting of the ECOWAS Committee Chiefs of Defense Staff that is taking place in Abuja. It follows the second edition held in August 2024. But the agenda is unchanged. Top on the bill is the review of logistics, including pledges for machines and personnel, need to establish and maintain standby military force in the region. This has become necessary due to the increased threats within the Sahel. According to the Global Terrorism Index 2024, the Sahel has become the epicenter of terrorist activities globally, accounting for 51% of all terrorism deaths in 2024. Matters have also become complicated due to the exit of neighbors Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali from ECOWAS. The three Sahelian countries have now teamed up to form a separate confederation called the Alliance of Sahel States.
Following the directives of the Authority of Heads of State and Government at the last summit in December 2024, the ECOWAS Commission has now initiated a contingency plan to mitigate the unforeseen consequences of their withdrawal.
Calling for more commitment from his colleagues, Nigeria's Chief of Defense Staff says the exit of Sahelian countries have left a vacuum which ECOWAS must take steps to mitigate the consequences.
As leaders of our respective armed forces, defense forces, we are aware that without a secure and conducive environment, economic growth and development will continue to elude our region. We must therefore support our political leadership by entrenching conducive and secure environment for economic development to thrive. Recognizing that today's threats are not only complex and adaptive, they pervade and in cases traverse countries in the sub-region.
Our collective efforts to enhance regional security, counter transnational threats, and promote defense cooperation will no doubt yield positive outcomes for our nation and for our people.
While deliberations are ongoing, the federal government of Nigeria has called for an immediate activation of the force.
In this regard, I am pleased to highlight the activation of the ECOWAS standby force to combat terrorism in the sub-region. The activation of this force underscores our collective determination to confront the scourge of terrorism with regards to insecurity and ensure the safety and security of our citizens.
Since the last meeting of the defense chiefs, there have been several initiatives by critical partners to set the stage for ECOWAS standby force. Gifts Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News. And now to the business world. MTN Nigerian Communications PLC and Airtel Africa have ramped up core capital expenditure to match high data usage in the country. The Nigerian Communications Commission, NCC, reported in February that mostly internet usage soared by 93.35%. BeeTv News' Pelum Mukoro has details of these and more from the business world.
The surge has been fueled by the increased adoption of digital services, especially streaming and social media platforms. On the back of this, MTN's data traffic rose by 42.9%, with the average data usage per subscriber growing by 33.6% to 11.2 gigabytes, with a 37.9% increase to 13.2 gigabytes. In the fourth quarter of 2024, Airtel Africa's average data usage per customer has increased by 37.2% to 8.4 gig per month from 6.2 gig. Smartphone data usage per customer reached 11.2 gig per month from 8.8 gig per month. To accommodate this growth, telecom companies increased their capex spending in the fourth quarter of 2024, intending to spend more in 2025. For much of 2024, MTN and Airtel slowed down network investment due to economic pressures and efforts to reduce their foreign debt burdens. The two telcos collectively repaid $1.2 billion in foreign loans, redirecting funds that could have gone into infrastructure expansion. Nigeria's stock market on Tuesday experienced a bearish performance as investors lost 285 naira or 0.43%. The Nigerian Exchange Limited, the market capitalization fell by 285 billion naira or 0.43% to 64.484 trillion naira from 66.769 trillion naira recorded on Monday. Also, the all-share index dropped by 0.43% or 454 points to close at 106,167.75 against 106,621.91 posted the previous day. A total of 324.59 million shares worth 7.918 billion naira were exchanged across 12,652 transactions compared to 364.97 million shares worth 17.628 billion naira exchanged across 14,565 transactions recorded earlier. The Nigerian naira continued its decline against the dollar at the official foreign exchange market on Tuesday. This comes as the Central Bank of Nigeria's exchange rate data showed that the naira depreciated further to 1,536.15 per dollar on Tuesday from 1,530.15 on Monday. This means the naira weakened by 6 naira against the dollar on a day-to-day basis. Further analysis showed that this is the second consecutive day the naira has depreciated against the dollar on the official FX market. Meanwhile, on the black market, the naira remained stable at 1,580 naira per dollar on Tuesday, the same exchange rate as on Monday. Balumi Mokoro reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the foreign scene, where the U.S. will speak to Russia today about a ceasefire plan for the Ukraine war, Secretary of the State Marco Rubio says. Also, Donald Trump's new tariff on steel and aluminum have started, requiring U.S. businesses to pay a 25% tax on these imports. BeeTv News Global News correspondent Rebecca Gofield tells us more on these and other stories from the foreign scene.
Marco Rubio insists that the decision is now up to Russia and that negotiations are the only way to end the war. Russia has said it will wait for a briefing from American officials before responding and is currently studying statements. On Tuesday, Ukraine agreed to a 30-day ceasefire after talks with the U.S., the first official meeting between the two nations since the public clash between Volodymyr Zelensky and Donald Trump. A former advisor to Vladimir Putin told the newsman that the ceasefire proposal puts Putin in a dilemma, noting that Biden was an enemy but Trump is a rival. Meanwhile, Donald Trump's new tariffs on steel and aluminum have started, requiring U.S. businesses to pay a 25% tax on these imports. The European Union plans to respond with countermeasures on 26 billion euros worth of U.S. goods, including boats and bourbon, starting in April. The UK's Business Secretary Jonathan Reynolds said the tariffs are disappointing and that the UK is pushing for a trade deal with the U.S. China has vowed to take all necessary measures to protect its interests, while Canada's High Commission to the UK criticizes Trump's approach, calling it a lawless trade war. Passengers freed from a hijacked train in Pakistan's Balochistan province have described terrifying moments during the attack. Ishaq Noor, one of over 400 passengers on the Jaffa Express, said that they held their breath throughout the firing when armed militants from the Balochistan Liberation Army (BLA) attacked on Tuesday. The group took hostages and the train driver was among the injured. Military sources claim that 155 passengers have been rescued and 27 militants killed, though these figures have not been independently confirmed. Rescue operations continue with helicopters and special forces deployed. Some freed passengers have been taken to hospitals for treatment. And lastly, on Global News, Greenland's center-right opposition party, the Democrats, has won a surprise victory in the general election, which was dominated by debates on independence and U.S. President Donald Trump's past interest in buying the territory. The party will now negotiate with others to form a coalition. Greenland, the world's largest island, has been under Danish control for about 300 years. While it governs its domestic affairs, Denmark handles foreign and defense policies. And that's it from the global scene. Rebecca Goffey reporting for BeeTv News.
And now to the exciting world of entertainment. Street pop star Portable is not relenting on his vision to become a label boss as he unveils new prodigies. In a post on his Instagram account, the singer introduced a set of emerging artists he is taking under his tutelage. Among his prodigies was one that called himself Young Odumodu. The report. The young rapper, whose name is Gospel Kanu, chose to identify himself as Young Odumodu after award-winning Nigerian rapper Odumodu Black. In the video, Young Odumodu delivered some rap lines that mirrored that of the hitmaker rapper from whose music he draws inspiration. Odumodu Black has warmly reacted to the clip via his X account, where he posted "Zen Nation" in acknowledgement of the young rapper. Portable's previous stint as a mentor was one met with the typical controversy that has become the bedrock of his news-making career. His former protege and signee, Young Do, unceremoniously left the label and later accused Portable of maltreatment. Portable's latest announcement comes weeks after he announced a new EP titled Ogo Most Wanted, which comes amidst his ongoing battles with the Ogun State Police, who recently declared him wanted for assaulting government officials. Nollywood actress and filmmaker Iyaba Ojo has unveiled the official trailer for her much-anticipated epic film, Labake Olododo, set to grace cinemas worldwide on March 28, 2025. Labake Olododo, The Warrior Lord, is a gripping historical drama that delves into themes of loyalty, power struggles, and the burden of leadership. From the stunning visuals in the trailer, it is evident that the film is set in pre-colonial Yoruba land, a time of warring kingdoms, sacred traditions, and the fight for survival. Iyaba Ojo, who plays the titular character Labake, is portrayed as a strong-willed and courageous woman navigating the treacherous world of political alliances and personal sacrifices. In addition to Iyaba Ojo's lead role, Labake Olododo boasts a stellar ensemble cast, including some of Nollywood's finest actors known for their ability to embody complex characters. The film features Iyaba Ojo, Femi Adebayo, Fatai Williams, Kunle Afolayan, and Mr. Macaroni. Lastly, on entertainment, Nollywood's rising star Simi Gbadamosi has made history by becoming one of the youngest actors to receive an Emmy nomination. Her exceptional voice performance as Tola Martins in Disney's Plus animated series Iwaju has earned a nomination for Younger Voice Performer in a Preschool, Children's or Young Teen Program at the 3rd Children's and Family Emmy Award. Iwaju, a groundbreaking collaboration between Disney and Nigeria Animation Studio, has gained critical acclaim for its rich storytelling and cultural representation, securing 3 Emmy nominations in total. Gbadamosi's Emmy nomination marks a significant milestone for Nollywood, underscoring the global recognition of Nigerian talent and storytelling. This achievement reflects the industry's growth and its increasing ability to produce content that resonates with international audiences. That's it on Entertainment News Tonight. Gift Uwagbo reporting for BeeTv News. And now talking sports, Paris Saint-Germain progressed to the quarterfinals of the Champions League on Tuesday after beating Liverpool 4-1 in the penalty shootout to win an epic last 16 tie between the clubs. Let's now join our sports correspondent Freeman Osawe for more updates on this and other sports stories.
The goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma saved sports kicks from Darwin Núñez and Curtis Jones, while the visitors converted all of their effort. PSG will meet either Aston Villa or Club Brugge in the quarters, with Villa taking a 3-1 lead into Wednesday's second leg. Dembele stunned the Anfield crown with his 12-minute goal against the run of play. Ibrahima Konate's lead into block Bradley Barcola's effort, but pushed the ball away from goalkeeper Alisson in the process, and Dembele needed only 2 to knock it into an empty net. FC Barcelona secured their spot in the Champions League quarterfinals after defeating Benfica 3-1 in a match where Rafinha and Lamine Yamal stood out with great performances. Xavi Hernandez's team resolved the tie in the first half, demonstrating their superiority on the pitch and controlling the Portuguese side from the start. The match began with a minute of silence in honor of Charles Minaro, one of Barcelona's doctors who recently passed away. The victory was dedicated to him by the entire team from the outset. Barcelona showed great intensity, pressing high up the field, while Benfica, needing to overturn the 0-1 deficit from the first leg, came out boldly to the Estadio Olímpico. Luis Company looking for an equalizer. The first goal came quickly in the 11th minute when Rafinha took advantage of a pinpoint pass from Lamine Yamal to score with the header at the far post. Yamal left his defender Florentino behind, changing pace to assist the Brazilian teammate, although Benfica quickly equalized with a header from Otamendi off a poorly defended corner. Barcelona kept their composure and continued to search for the lead. Pogba has not played football since September 4, 2023 after he failed the doping test non-endogenous testosterone. In a lengthy legal process, Pogba was banned for 4 years but later had the suspension cut to 18 months. He left Juventus by mutual consent in November 2024 and has been a free agent ever since. His doping ban has now expired as of today, meaning he is free to join a new club and play football right away. It is claimed by Nicolas Shearer that Pogba is desperate to sign for a new club as soon as possible and kickstart his career. Pogba is arguably the most high-profile freelance player in football history. And that's it on Sport News. Freeman Osawe reporting for BeeTv News.
And that's the size of our news package for tonight. Many thanks for joining us. I am Gift Uwagbo. Have a good night.